Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry fields. Nothing is real, and nothing to get hung about. Strawberry fields forever. All right, we're going to talk about strawberry fields for a moment. Last time we talked about Buddy Holly, not fade away, and so many Beatles songs we could talk about. Everyone tends to say that think of John not only as the leader of the Beatles, but also the brains behind the organization, or the intellectual guy, which is true to a certain extent. And he definitely wrote some of the deeper songs and some of the more, you could say, mystical and abstract, not as easy to figure out what he was getting at, and Strawberry Fields is no exception to that. It's an incredible song, let's just call it for what it is, and just showed his genius. This is like one of the songs in particular that, you just like, you go, wow. Of course, the music, the instrumentation had a lot to do with it as well. And George Martin's studio magic, his engineering and production and producing. Actually, I'm not sure if he was the engineer or he was just the producer, but someone can correct me on that one. We want to talk about the lyrics. The main thing I want to talk about actually is the idea that going to take you down to strawberry fields. Nothing is real and nothing to get hung about. It would seem that he's, John is saying not to get hung up. By the way, the song is credited to Lennon and McCartney, but I think most of their songs, especially early on, maybe the whole time, were Lennon and McCartney. But John wrote it, right? So nothing to get hung about. Nothing is real. If nothing is real, there's nothing to get hung about. Hung up about. I think there was definitely a let's say that this song was, I don't know the story behind it actually, but it definitely sounds LSD inspired, and we've already established that that John took a lot of LSD. He said he took it literally 1,000 times. Certainly when you're on a psychedelic, today we use the word plant medicine a lot, but back then it was psychedelics. When you, or mind-expanding drugs, or hallucinogens. But back then, and now as well, when you're on these things, it can seem very real, whatever you're experiencing, and the visuals can be disturbing, shocking, sometimes overwhelmingly beautiful, and so many other things. But you come back and you recognize that it was not real as far as this world is concerned. Maybe it felt it felt more real than this world when you were there. But when you come back to this world, it was like a dream. Always know, sometimes think it's me. But you know I know, and it's a dream. Now, I've misheard that a lot, those lyrics. Always know. Is he saying no, N-O, or K-N-O-W? According to this, I'm looking at the Beatles catalog here. The Beatles Complete is called Always Know, K-N-O-W. Sometimes think it's me. But you know, I know, and it's a dream. I think I know of thee. Ah, yes, but it's all wrong. That is, I think I disagree. This is the third verse, actually. It's maybe the most interesting of all of the three verses, and there might be something that John was getting at here in the last verse that he wanted to really get across. Let's read the other two verses. Strawberry fields forever, nothing to get hung about. Strawberry fields forever. This idea, I would say, the idea that nothing is real and nothing to get hung about. That's forever. That the unreality of the world. I think that's really what he was getting at. The world is unreal. In fact, there's a quote attributed to him: "The more real that you become, the more unreal the world gets." Why get hung up about something that's not real? Now, many people don't like that idea, and I've been accused myself of laughing at, not taking life seriously enough. Personally, I think that people take it too seriously, and that's how we get hung up all the time. I think the trick is to take it just seriously enough. It's find that middle ground, the middle way. You take it seriously enough that you do what you need to do, but not so seriously that you don't make it to the true goal of life, which is to find joy and fulfillment and to bring that to others as well. Living is easy with eyes closed, misunderstanding all you see. It's a great line. So many of us have our eyes closed, metaphorically speaking, misunderstanding everything you see because your eyes are closed. But you don't see, the point being that you don't see. It's getting hard to be someone, but it all works out. It doesn't matter much to me. Again, I think he's getting at the idea. It all works out. Don't get hung up. Don't make it so real. It doesn't matter so much to me. It doesn't matter much to me. Second verse. No one, I think, is in my tree. I mean, it must be high or low. That is, you can't tune in, but it's all right. That is, I think it's not too bad. This one's a little, they're all hard to interpret. But what does he mean by, I mean, it must be high or low. No one I think is in my tree. I mean, it must be high or low. That is, you can't tune in, but it's all right. That is, I think it's not too bad. At the very least, it seems like he's saying, there's not too many people. We're all unique. We're all unique individuals. We all have our own family tree. We all, even in our family, with our closest relations, we're different. We're our own unique person, individual. We can't tune into each other. But it's all right. Again, don't get hung up about it. Don't make it so real. Maybe it's meant to be that way, that we can't. There's a barrier between all of us. There's a wall of separation. We don't know each other. Or maybe we like to believe that we don't know each other, but really we do. But on the surface, we don't. And there's a pain involved with not feeling that other people don't see you, recognize you, understand you. Everyone has that, That's one of the most painful things in life, is feeling misunderstood, feeling that no one really sees you or gets you. Last verse, one more time. Always know, sometimes think it's me. But I know, and it's a dream. But I know. I always thought he was saying when it's a dream. But he's saying, according to this, and it's a dream. Always know, sometimes think it's me. But I know, and it's a dream. I think I know of thee. I never heard that either. I think I know of thee. Ah, yes, but it's all wrong. That is, I think I disagree. I think, again, he's getting at the idea that we don't know each other. But we do. Hence the song, That's why everyone loves John Lennon and the song, man. Because we do understand, we do know. On some level, we get it. On a more superficial level, this song is just fucking brilliant. I mean, because it's not clear what he's saying, and the more times you hear it, it's going to be different. Even now, just looking at the lyrics, I got more from it. And obviously I'm not claiming to be a musicologist or a Beatlemania expert or anything like that. I'm just trying to bring some light to these songs. And a lot of times now, we've heard the song so many times that we don't even listen to the lyrics anymore. We don't even listen to the song anymore, which is unfortunate, but that's the way it is. That's why we need more we need new songs to present the old wine in new skins. So we'll listen, at least for a moment, until those songs, become passe, and we stop listening and appreciating, kind of taking them for granted. Anyway, that's my spiel for tonight. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, John. He's back there actually. And we're gonna keep. We're gonna bring in a lot of different songs. I know I've brought in 2 John Lennon songs now, but we are gonna go, bring in a whole bunch of different songs. And this is the Gospel of Rock, and we're talking about the ministry of rock music, and how music can maybe not save your soul, but it can bring you back to your soul. See you next time. Rock on.